Hello again, this is the second and last part of our advanced animation sessions and the last PowerPoint video for personal productivity using technology. And in the previous video we looked at some really neat animations with airplanes. We checked some ways of making these appear, disappear, with triggering, with clicking on the airplanes and fun things like that. And right now we are going to look at something a little bit more professional, and we're going to look at the animation of a diagram. So we're going to start with some shapes. So we're going to start with a really nice shape, and this is going to be our start. And then we're going to add some arrows. And I'm just going to make the diagram over here and then continue with my animation. So add the rhomb. It's going to be just a short diagram. So it's going to be a sequence of events. It's going to be kind of funny also. So prepare for some funny stuff. So at this point, I bet you all know how to do these things. By using different ways. I told you this would be a little funny. So why not just copy this? And another rhomb. So this is a type of diagram that we use a lot in computer science to describe type of algorithms that we give to the machine, or sequences of steps, but we also give these sequences of steps to people, right? So your mom may ask you all of these things. So an algorithm, it's a very cool thing because it's used in everyday life, and it's also used by your computer. It's these types of recipes that I was telling you when we were doing all of these very advanced things with Excel, if you remember, and we were looking at all of these instructions, and the algorithm was getting us out of trouble. So that's the cool thing. So So as you can see, there's a logical sequence of events that gets me. So now I'm going to insert my last shapes. And feel free to pause the video if you can't, of course, keep up with my amazing pace. So if this is too fast, just pause and do this on your own pace. Strongly encouraged to do what we do in those videos as you learn more and more. See, I didn't fit this very well, but I'm not going to correct this. That I'm just gonna So this is a really silly, simple algorithm that says that you start and you're wondering and pondering, do you have any homework? No, you're lying. Yes, is it doing less than 12 hours? So you kind of try to see the urgency of your homework. If it's not doing less than 12 hours, just check Facebook. If it is, do it. Or check Facebook. Okay, so let's say that we want to animate this diagram. Okay, this diagram is not as cool as the pictures and it's not perfectly made. As you can see, I did this really fast. But the thing is, I want these boxes to appear as I talk. So I'm going to go to this animations pane and I'm going to start with appear, so the rectangle appears. And then I'm not going to add any additional animation to the rectangle because, okay, I'm not going to make a dancing diagram. So I'm going to make then the arrow appear. And then I'm going to make this romp appear. And as you can see, the nice thing with these is that even though they are simple animations that appear on click, I can go back and edit this, like how much duration could I have, how long should the appearance last, or how long or how later I could have the appearance of the next event, how long it can last, and of course it's not going to be automatic, it's going to be on my click, so I can put this afterwards, and so on and so forth. So I could also add, as you know, sounds and other effect options as my objects appear, and I can even increase the duration of my object appearing. I can reorder my animation by dragging up and down or using the arrows in the animation pane. So the animation pane now should be super easy breezy for you because you've got all of these advanced animation skills. So now if I wanted both of these objects to appear, I could go and group them, applying the knowledge that we got from previous PowerPoint. And then I can always change the options, float down. So you can always change the effect options to, down, and so on and so forth. So now this one. So let's say the yes and the arrow, I can go ahead and group those two as well and add another appearance like split, and then what other appearance? Swivel. And so you see that as I go and grouping, all of these animations appear in my animation pane, and I can affect these similarly to the way I affected the more complicated animations that I used with my little airplanes. So this is really neat because I can make a really fun presentation, very sleek and very impressive with advanced animations, and impress my audience or attract their attention. See, at this point I didn't group these, but I gave them the same animation, so they're both 10 and they will appear at the same time. And then the do it part, you could even add a bomb coming up, so these, and then we can add some emphasis. So now here's what's gonna happen. If I don't click, nothing is gonna happen. So I've got to click and start, and then the arrow, and then more. Do you have homework? No. You're lying? Yes. Is it doing less than 12 hours? No. Check Facebook? Yes. Do it. and then the effect for pulse. So of course, if you want the pulse to happen right after the do it, you can say no, don't happen on click, happen after previous. So again, you can hear me clicking, and you see it pulsed without me clicking. So these types of things, you can use your very cool advanced animation that you will use to create a video game, to create a nice presentation which could be otherwise dull. Although, what could be dull about this? I mean, you're pondering whether you're gonna check Facebook or do your homework. So anyway, so you could make a fun diagram with additional animations, with timed animations, and you can use all the features that we've learned in our advanced animation, like after, affecting the duration of your appearance and all that, and experimenting by previewing everything. So that's it. That's all I had to say about advanced animation, and I hope you will enjoy it and be very creative with it. And on the next chapter, we're going to review the basic features of Prezi, another presentation tool. So until next time.